Let's get started today. Yesterday we went 4-1 with this deck, I believe. We got like ranched by double turn ones from Black Red Reanimator, and then we beat what? Grixis, Miracles, Humans, and Depths. So not really a lot of the deck building changes that I made didn't really come in clutch. The Damning Sphere was actively worse than like the Chalice, because we didn't play against any post or any when we played against Miracles, where Damning Sphere is a lot worse than Chalice, obviously. The Cataclysm versus the Karn was kind of iffy. I still think like Cataclysm is probably like the best 4-drop you can be casting in most grindy blue matchups anyway. Like, I'm in a lot of positions I'd rather have a Cataclysm than like a Karn against those decks. But we also never cast them, so it didn't really matter that much. I did talk about cutting the Sanctum Prelate, and I remember I was like, oh, I could cut the Sanctum Prelate for X, but I forget what X was. I feel like someone in chat might have said something about it, but I just don't remember. So we might just run it back as is, but I feel like this Prelate could probably be a different card. The Tomic yesterday was continually being a disappointing Sarah Avenger. Late again. Yeah, we have not gotten used to our new oven, I guess, because every time we try to cook something, it takes like a solid 20 minutes longer to cook than we think it should. Maybe our oven is just like lower heat than our oven we're used to or something, but we keep like thinking we're finishing dinner at 8 and then like actually finish at 8:30, and then I should manage to get here at like 9:10 or whatever. Oven. Yeah, I mean the oven misbehaving is a pretty minor concern. Anyway, what was I talking about? Tomic continuing to be bad Sarah Avenger, can randomly like ice different matchups, but like most of those matchups don't matter. Specifically, Depths is not like a huge deal. Lands is definitely is a reasonable deal, and it's something to be concerned about. Especially looking at if the meta is now shifting again, or if we're shifting towards... I'm ignoring, or maybe not ignoring, but like trying to just like kind of read the path of the Legacy meta and seeing how far like Karn deviates anything. Like Eldrazi Post is climbing up to the top dog right now, right? It won 3 of the past 4 challenges or something, and like the last one, the most recent one was a mirror match in the finals or something like that. Then Eldrazi Post is going to be the top dog, and the decks that prey on Eldrazi Post are probably like the repeatable Wasteland decks, or the fast combo decks that don't care as much about like a Thought-Knot Seer or a Chalice of the Void. Stuff like Sneak and Show with Blood Moons, stuff like lands with repeatable Wastelands or Foreclore Loam. Those are like Depths. Depths probably dunks on Post as well. So if we're looking at that trajectory, then like Tomic's actually a really good spot, but at the same time, Tomic's like just a really bad. Yeah, maybe you want to. That's kind of my thought, like trying to think ahead, but like trying to read metas is really hard. So that's a kind of reasoning for like Tomic could be a useful card, but obviously in theory is a lot different than in practice. But anyway, I think we're just gonna play the same list. I don't really know if there's a card I really want to cut this second Prelate for or anything. Let me make sure that Cardboard Live's updated. Just jam lots of Kagos, though. I mean, that's my plan. I did consider what is his name? Hokori Dust Drinker, right? One thing that I did find a little bit awkward, I played against Post a reasonable amount. I seem to like play queuing into it like 1 to 2 times in like paper tournaments a lot. Is that Recruiter doesn't have a lot of good bullets against Post. Like Stoneforge and like Jailer and just like Flickwisp armies are okay, but you don't really have something to like Windmill Slam dunk on Post players. Mongaro's a card that could be... Oh yeah, Try like just a meme of Mangara back in the main. I wonder how that would feel. Cut this Council's Judgment, play Mangara in the main. And Hokori is like serviceable against the slow blue decks as well. Like I would be happy, or I would be okay boarding in Hokori against like Miracles or Grixis or whatever. Didn't you move? How's your connection still so bad? Am I dropping frames? Also, we have like the exact, we literally have the same internet box. So, oh yeah, we've dropped like 7% of frames. Fuck. I think Spectrum just like sucks balls, to be perfectly honest. One day I'll actually upgrade my internet speed. I'm dying to watch these decks. They'll literally do nothing but play Planeswalkers. But anyway, you know what, let's meme. Let's meme. I'm down for a Mangara again. We're about to be a 2 Cataclysm deck, so, can only bitch about Planeswalkers being the worst for so long. Yeah, 0 Planeswalkers. Fuck those things. We'll just play Mangara on the main, call it a day. Yeah, I could cut, like, the Prelate from the sideboard. I don't like Mangara as, like, a sideboard card. I don't know. Maybe it's just, like, muscle memory from playing Mangara in the main for so long, but Mangara doesn't feel like a particularly powerful sideboard card. I think they're, like, just more, like, targeted options. I think Mangara might be, like, deals in broad strokes. It's not, like, particularly powerful against a certain thing. Anyway, I should probably update my CBL deck list. Also, actually adjust the camera. All right. Yeah, that's true. Mangara's only better when there are less Marsh casualties, Draft Knights, yada yada, floating around. Cool. Take the play. Honestly, that's pretty decent. That's one reason is why I think Sharpshooter isn't good in the sideboard usually. Interesting. Sand is pretty good, I'd say. Mangara of Corondor. I don't know if I've ever cut this main deck Council's Judgment since I started trying it out, or if I've ever cast the main deck Council's Judgment. But now it's cut, and it's gone forever. Or, not forever, but it's gone. It didn't impress me, but that's probably because I never did anything with it. Also because I think the Stoneblade fad is kind of wearing off a little bit. What is our opponent doing? Flooded Strand. Letting my mom live is nice. Could just be a combo deck doesn't care. Could just be Miracles that didn't have Turbulent Plow or doesn't need to. Proving you did a TNN when they can just Karn you. This ain't Ant. Did I say Ant or did I say combo deck? I forget. Luckily, D&T, some of D&T's hands are just incredibly straightforward. We aren't going to attack. If Miracles and Karn decks are super popular, is Mama... Oh, quote... Oh. Oh, yeah. The title says Ant. Donation deck Ant tomorrow. Okay, cool. Mom has been shaved to a 3 of in certain metas. So I could see it if there's like a bunch of... Oh, yeah, see? This sneak and show. Alright, well, we're gonna hope they don't not putting it on missions, because we can't beat that, and we're gonna put it in this jailer. Nice. Gimme. Got him good. Also, it's game 1, so we can attack with his mom. Putting an Emrakul is like, that's a desperation play. You don't put an Emrakul against Death and Taxes super often. That is, like, incredibly desperate. We had a funny discussion of how Jailer wrestles Grizzlebrand into a cell. That's pretty funny. Okay, yeah, the game's over. Opponent had the Hail Mary, turn 2 Grizzlebrand, which is, you know, fine, especially they mold to 6. It just, like, very often does not work against Death and Taxes. Alright, how many cards do we got for this matchup? Is it just 7? Unless we subscribe to the Thomas Envold Sim strategy and board in some Cataclysms. Let's find out what sucks. Tomic sucks. Plow sucks. Don't know why they didn't just wait. They're not under any pressure. They just, unless they figured Prelate right there. I think their plan, whether or not it was like the correct plan, was just, yeah, they were under like so little pressure though. It's crazy. Their plan was just slam it and hope I didn't have an answer man, because if I don't, then they win. But I think Death and Taxes is like pretty reasonably likely to have answers in hand with like a bunch of Crocus, Palace Jailer. I guess I only have like, what, 4? I have 5 because I have a Mangara. But they're like... Oh yeah, they probably lose a good recruiter without a force. No, I don't have enough lands to stop the Emrakul at turn, right? Because I only had 2 lands to play at that time? I forget. But anyway, what am I cutting? Like a Stone Fortunate GT, I guess. Looks okay. It's a matchup where Mangara is pretty nice, actually. Yeah, I mean, opponent was on a mold of 6. They kept a hand. I don't fault them for that plan at all. There's definitely an argument for waiting some more, because if you find Omniscience, your chances of winning go from, like, 50 or less to, like, 100, if you can find an Omniscience. But maybe their hand was, like, literally all lands, and then, like, show and tell Emrakul, and it's like, okay, I can't cantrip in anything, am I just dead? Do I just keep this hand because I have Relic Order? Probably. Opponent kept 7. So there's more trying. So Lion's giving you a turn versus Omni. Yeah, I considered it. It's like pretty... Not having power and toughness is pretty medium, though. Oh, we're just getting turn 1. Wait. Does anyone else want to... Excuse me? That... Okay. Is it Needle on Faithless? What? That's... What? What? They just pass? They don't have anything else? They don't have... What? What's the opponent playing? It looks like they're playing Moonstompy, but they are 100% playing Sneak and Show. This is blowing my mind, this Boast board. Yeah, I mean, Blood Moon's a reasonable card against Death and Taxes in general, but it's not a card you just play on turn 1 and get them with. That's not why you board in Blood Moon in this matchup. Oh, wait, everyone... Yeah, now everyone's realizing it. I guess we shouldn't attack with the Mom. Opponent definitely went Island Ponder into City of Traitors Show and Tell Emrakul game 1. Just for everyone's information. Fair assumption that it is Mono Red Prison, honestly. Very reasonable. Unfortunately, our clock is just fucking slow as hell. And then off the show and tell we just put in jailer and 1. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened. We have Caracas now too. I guess it was supposed to just like a recruiter for Prelate here. What's this GG's? GG's opponent. I don't know a world in which I would have kept my opponent's hand, though. Just stamp keep on 7. They didn't like mulligan. They were just like, we need to Blood Moon my opponent on turn 1 and then never cast another spell. Hope my opponent didn't keep an Aether Vial or any basic planes. And then we draw an island, and then... Carefully may have bordered in Confluence. God damn it. Maybe a misclick? Like, misclick the keep? Maybe. It seems like a little bit too intentional. Right? I think if you're... I guess maybe you're learning new copy sideboard guides. Because I was thinking, if you're just learning the deck, you don't really... Intuition doesn't tell you to board in Blood Moon versus Death and Taxes, I don't think. But if you're learning the deck and you're copying a sideboard guide, and this person's like, oh yeah, you bring in Blood Moons versus Death and Taxes. Everyone's like, okay, well, Blood Moon's a really good card if you slam it on turn 1, right? Wrong in this specific matchup. That's fair. It's just really blowing my mind that, like, not only did we just get, like, turn 1 mooned, and then the follow-up play was miss my land drop, say go. Intuition says important Kragas are annoying. I can see the mistake. Yeah, my important Kragas are annoying, but at the same time, like, I think people often look at Blood Moon and be like, wow, my opponent's deck has 12 basic planes in it. Why would I want Blood Moon against this? And a lot of people do. Like, some people do think that, like, Blood Moon is bad for Death and Taxes because they have so many basic lands. That's like the level 0 thinking of board in, like, you board in Blood Moon because you board in Blood Moon because your opponent has like a very minimal basics, or they're having a very land-based strategy. And Blood Moon on goblins before this is even worse. You just fix them on their colors. You turn off exactly port, and then you can counter all their goblins. You turn off their Cavernous Souls. OP. That was an interesting start to the league. God, I have something stuck in my teeth, and it's the actual worst. God, the cats are crawling all over the cardboard boxes behind me. You're gonna get yourself trapped in that box. It's gonna fall on you. Uh-oh. Can I turn the camera so you guys can see this cat about to get clobbered by this box? Well, we're waiting for this cue, so let's see if I can... This is a very precariously placed box. Oh, there it goes. Now she's gonna like run up it like a bridge. I need to actually set that down. Yeah, she'll be fine. What scene is it? okay. The Port Wasteland make this hand a lot better, but I hate, like, mono 3-drops with Vile hands, because you know, just, like, don't get on the board early or anything, but this hand's good enough. Delver, huh? Basic Island Delver. Ooh. Hey, can you stop for, like, 5 seconds? Can't. God, the worst. Just wanted it to be in the, crawl in that box real bad. No flip. Yeah, just Blue Red Delver, second Delver. It's getting scary. Ooh, another Vial. It's not bad. So I'm going to plow a Delver here. I'm going to play out the second Vial. So this one also just doesn't flip. Nice. Alright, well, it looks like it's flipping now. But we have Prelate on 1 and, like, Wisps to block the Delver. So the biggest thing we're scared of is True Name, but if we can get Prelate on 1 and then, like, a bunch of Flyers, we can just try to, like, race. It's now attempting to eat the card. Ooh. Getting fancy. We're playing this version. And clearly not a great Delver player, not blind flipping. Yeah. All skill. So we could cast a creature here. Problem is that the Flickerous doesn't do a lot, and I don't want to walk a creature into a daze. I could like cast the Prelate, but if it's daze, I'm very bummed. How much damage are we taking here? Probably like 3, 4, 5-ish. Going to 13. Next turn we can Vial in the Prelate on 1 and then cast a Wisp through a daze.
Can you stop being so loud, huh? Can you stop being really loud with that cardboard box? Do I need to take it away?
I think we can afford to wait a turn. As long as Prelate feels really important. As if they don't have like a main deck, a Braid or something. Or like...
Hey, beat it.
And cast a spell here. They just float me out. Okay, Braid's for me, sure. Looks like we're probably taking like 6, 7-ish. They could like bolt my face and just deal me a bunch. Which is probably not unreasonable, but they should probably be a little wary of the Vial. Vial and 2 can't really block their guys, though. It's just going to be Ponder. Yep. Yep. Bolt would hurt. Put me to 10. Alright, sure. What did they do with that Ponder? They shuffled, okay. Let's draw like Stoneforge Mystic or something. Nice. So step 1, Vial on the Prelate. Step 2, cast a Flicker Wisp, I think. You're a magician. The sign of a good Death and Taxes player. You don't need to cast cantrips when you just always draw the card you need. So we can either port or flicker the Delver. I think I'd rather port. Assuming this resolves. We're just going to almost assuredly block this Insect Aberration anyway. I think I want to port this mountain. I'm not actually sure. Don't think it matters a ton because they can't cast anything besides like a 2-drop, and most of their 2-drops they can just cast with either card. Ooh, I'm getting popped. That hurts. Should be okay, probably. That definitely stings, though. 8 is dangerous. So we're going to 6 here, but then we get to get a G-Tail in, right? Honorog rating with a party of 27. Thanks for the raid, I appreciate it. For those just joining us, we're playing some Death and Taxes here. We're not as good because of Chain Lightning specifically, I think. Doesn't do anything, right? I mean, everything's turned off because of Prelate. Anyway, we're just blocking this Insect Aberration pretty easily. So I think I just want to get GTA to start gaining life, right? Like, Batter Skulls have turned slow. We're at 6 life. It's a little dangerous. They could have, like, Fire Blasts and stuff in their deck. Sword is good against True Name, but we already have, like, a flyer anyway. I think I just want the GTA. We don't even need to use the counters. Okay, they just concede. Nice. We don't even need to use these counters to kill the Soulscar Mage, is what I was saying, because I was likely going to, like... I guess I couldn't, actually. I could go get a second equipment if I cast the GTA, but... wasn't sure if I wanted to, like, use Wisp to fog the Soulscar Mage. But more likely, I was probably going to put in GTA, equip to the Prelate, attack, and then probably, like, ping the Soulscar Mage and just, like, Wisp the Stoneforge or whatever, but they just conceded. Make my life easy. Session seems premature without knowing about the Wisp. I don't know, like, Prelate on 1 plus GTA, like, how are they going to beat that, right? Like, they can no longer even race with a True Nemesis? I guess, because I don't have a flyer, they could race with the True Nemesis, but... if they don't have True Name, they're probably pretty fucked. Signet Prelate is very good at beating up Blue Red Delver. So this Mongara seems pretty rough in this matchup. 3 mana, 1 toughness creature that doesn't have any immediate board presence. And these stare fondly at these Chalice of the Voids. Can I fit in? I can probably actually fit them in. We got like a Recruiter and a Wasteland for 2 Chalices. 2 Chalices instead of 3. It's easier to fit in like 2 of these cards. Blue was also good against the Karn deck. It's good for, yeah, I mean, Pressure Progress is a good card to be casting when everyone's playing like Ancient Doom, right? Although, I guess Chalice of the Void's kind of a beating when they played on turn 1 on occasion. That matchup was always like kind of finicky. Like Chalice of the Void and Thought Knot versus Price of Progress. How have we been doing with D&T in the Karn meta? I have yet to have a Karn the Great Creator, or whatever his name is, cast against me, so I've been doing okay so far. Yeah, we'll submit this. Has anyone cast Teferi or Narset against you yet? No one's cast Narset. I think I saw a Teferi get pitched to a Force of Will yesterday. So, none of them have been on the stack. Is Damning Sphere still better than Canonist? I like the Damning Sphere right now, specifically because there's supposedly a bunch of Eldrazi post looming. That's the specification for Damage Sphere over Canonist. Sand is a little awkward. Realize I was one of the people hyping Sphere 2 for a while. Yeah, the thing that pushed me over the edge on Sphere over like the third challenge or something was specifically the post decks. Anyway, we're like sitting here meandering about this like very medium hand, but oh yeah, am I winning games with this hand? Probably not. Yeah, I'm supposed to mull this. Likelihood of my first Thalia surviving for more than a turn cycle is like pretty low though. And Thalia is like a pretty decent card. Hey. This is really bad if this gets dazed. We have to take like 4 damage over the course of the next couple turns while getting mauled by a Delver. It's probably worth the risk, right? It's gotta be worth the risk. Like, that's why it's in my deck, right? I hate this hand. I like kind of hated this hand too. Fucking going for it though. Okay, get him. Cowards can't block warriors. It's just, they're just gonna like smash it and we feel really bad. Yeah, it was definitely borderline. I kind of hated the hand, but it definitely like wasn't unkeepable. This Tomek, nice. I mean, I guess I could just cast a Thalia and just keep taking a shit ton of damage. We just need to get to like this Wisp of this Tomek and block this Delver or just dead. Maybe I just don't even cast the Thalia. This Insect Collaboration is already so bad for us. We just cast a Thalia next turn, right? We got a 14, 11. It doesn't change the math on this Insect Collaboration specifically. But it does change the math if we'd like try to cast Wisp next turn. But if it gets killed, Thalia doesn't stop anything, yeah. That's my main concern. Maybe we just value our life total more. Yeah, I just like don't think this Thalia is really closing. My opponent just like casts your name. We're not in a great spot. But my opponent just has a bunch of 1-drops. We're okay. I'm just gonna F6. I had nothing. Yeah, Thalia is relevant if... Wow. That's a card, I guess. I mean, it does nothing. It's a 1-3 with Trample, so... It does attack through a Thalia. They have me there. Its Plow can't kill anything. My Thalia cannot block a Dreadhorde Arcanist. Going to 8 here. Man, my opponent pops me. I maybe should have... No, the Wasteland wouldn't have helped. If my opponent pops me, I think we might just die, right? I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Pop us a lot of damage. I want this Wasteland in play all of a sudden. I should have played the Wasteland over the port. Arcanist isn't that scary, right? Because they can't make them bigger. They can only cast 1-drops, and all their 1-drops are locked out. That's not a good draw. What's scary is the fact that we have a handful of 5 uncastables. Yeah. Arcanist is an interesting card. I don't know how much I like it. And by that, I mean, I don't think I like it. Oh, it's on attack. Okay, that's much better than that's better than I thought it was. I thought it was on damage for some reason. Because it makes sense that it's on attack, right? Because it seems like it's designed to be used with like pump spells, so if it's on damage, it wouldn't make any sense. This is the fail rate of this hand. You're not wrong. I wonder when I start chump blocking with Thalia to absorb 1 damage. Just the most mediocre beatdown of all time. Maybe next turn, but not yet. Wait, isn't next turn I'm just dead? I'm taking 5, so the block wouldn't do anything. If I block here, I take 4, right? Go to 4. And then if I cast a Wisp, I can go to 2, and then I can cast Tomic and then go to 1, and then maybe I'm okay. I think this is the turn to block. Absorb a damage. I guess, yeah, it doesn't matter if I block now or next turn because it'll only absorb 1 damage either way. But this means if I, if I don't draw the white source, I do just die. So I was thinking, oh, I could cast Mythology if I don't draw the white source, but if I don't draw the white source, I'm stone dead. Regardless. That was unfortunate. That's life with this deck sometimes, though. Does that weird Arcanist guide change any of the math? Graveyard Hate's not nothing, that's not something. I think we're just good to have a bunch of removal. Do I want, like, more removal? Feels pretty bad, though. I think I'm okay just shipping this again. Taylor seems awful. Only mostly. They had Terminator Anarchy. Yeah, that was kind of my thought, honestly. That seems pretty good. I was like, I was briefly thinking, how many cards would they need to have before I started thinking about like Rest in Peace or something? Pisa Kudasai, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Has Tomic been in continuous testing? I haven't had time to play Legacy yet. It's been mostly bad Sarah Avenger from my testing thus far. Yesterday it was very dicey because it had dealt a lot less damage to Grixis control over the course of the game than a Sarah Avenger would have. Don't daze me. Nice. One doesn't have daze. This is a very good start. Terramana must be the cut for Arcanist. This is kind of horrifying. Oh wait, my opponent kept a 1-lander. I think I'm just playing Prelate here over the... Oh wait, no. If I play the Prelate, I can't play the Plow? Oof. The problem is we can't race very well, and we kind of need to Plow a Delver. The other problem being my opponent has a turn to cast a cantrip to find more lands. This Prelate is incredibly stifling, but if my opponent flips and we don't find an answer and we've locked ourselves out of the Plow, we're in a very, very bad spot. If I had just like a play with the Plow, it'd be better, but it's like spending my whole turn casting Swords to Plowshares sucks. Although I guess I wouldn't have that many plays at Thalia, so I couldn't cast like a 2 anyway. They need a land to cast a cantrip. Oh yeah, they do. They can't just cast a cantrip. That's fair. Didn't really think about that. Snipe. Yeah, Plow's just the play. They can't actually cast a cantrip. I'm dumb. Don't mind me. Of course, this means that they're guaranteed to draw the land and then fire off their Ponder or whatever. Probably still the play, though. What does the opponent have here? Fork Bolt, maybe? I'd probably save the Mom, to be honest. That's supposed to be... Sure. Does actual nothing. I just block it. What are the odds I get blown out by Gut Shot? Like 0%? Their draw's not, you're probably, yeah, if their draw is specifically like a non-creature, non-land, we're in a pretty rough spot. Pretty sure this block is free, though. The back of my mind is screaming gut shot at me, but there's like no actual way. Classic Twitch chat moment. Oh no, we're getting gut shotted? No, we're not. We got there. I clicked the right color this time. This is like more creatures, that's also pretty bad for me. Stop! Yeah, that's actually super helpful. Alright, we're gonna lock out the cantrips to turn off these prowess idiots. Literally no one plays Gutshot. That was mostly my line of thinking. Can I attack with this Thalia? It's probably not blocking. I probably can't afford to block 1/2s. I do have a Mom, but I also just want to get them dead. I think I'm attacking with this Thalia. I've never been Gutshotted in Legacy. I've been Gutshot. I've played a Gutshot in Legacy. Sideboarded it a long, long time ago. In Death and Taxes. There's the Aberration. Stop playing creatures! I can't beat any of these shits. But yeah, they only get me for 4, and then we can Wisp. And Wisp plus Mom should lock down the skies pretty well. Just attack with... I'll just attack with only Thalia. Attacking with only Thalia would force a Mom activation. Yeah, opponent's playing like a very aggressive blue-red list. Like Mentor, or like Swift Spear, Soulscar Mage, Storm Chaser, Arcanist, and Delver? That's like so many creatures for this deck. I guess they all synergize with just like bolting your opponent a bunch. I guess I do get to just... I think about just flickering the Delver, but I guess we could just flicker our Thalia. Now the window's open for them to Gutshot me. Oh, no, probably turns off Gutshot, never mind. Kind of like Vigilance Link with Thalia, just... I don't want to take Pockshot damage. I think that's one of like, the easiest ways we lose, is like they somehow sneak in this damage. I can't imagine this deck even has Triname in it at this point. They have so many creatures already. Don't say that. Could probably get pretty aggressive with like Flicker Wisp blocking Aberration, right? Because their 1s are locked out. They could have like another land and then a 2-drop removal spell, like an Abrade? What does this mean? They can't cast anything unless it's free, and even so, I still just get to bounce, right? And if they cast a free spell, it costs, like, it would still cost 1 mana, which means they couldn't just, like, land Abrade the Prelate or something. I feel like this block is still free. Block, activate, they let it die, go land, Abrade the Prelate, 4 cards left in hand. We eat the Storm Chaser Mage. I really want to block. I'm trying to think of like other things we could get wrecked by that this deck actually plays. Like Sulfur Elemental, they would have already like slam dunk. Yeah, this feels like Sulfur Elemental we're already getting, like, ravaged by completely. Block and tap. Think Braid is problematic in future turns, even bombs active because of prowess pumps. Yeah, it'd be kind of hard to finagle our way around in a Braid. Like, the only thing they can cast here is free spells, because they can't cast a 1 because Prelate locks them out, and they can't cast a 2 because Thalia locks them out. Get pro-red. If this was a bluff attack, it was a really weird bluff attack. They're just like trying to sneak in 1 point of damage, thinking that I wouldn't block, but they didn't want to commit the 3 points of damage. I guess dismembers the actual bonus. There's no way that this deck's playing dismember. Post-combat fires costs too much mana, right? They would need to go land and then cast it. Ooh. Atomic, huh? This thing blocks pretty well. Although, this 1-3 shuts off our ground idiots. They had to be, there's no way they're sandbagging land, right? Because they were just missing land drops. They would have had to have found a land that turn, I think. Or maybe, like, they had one other turn. I'm not sure. Go get him, Wisp. Atomic is most assuredly not a ground idiot. Yeah, exactly. Does help my plan, although it does look a lot worse than Sarah Avenger here. Just creates a bunch of annoying blue text on all the cards. Flicker Wisp plus Avenger is a 2-turn clock. Flicker Wisp plus Atomic is not. And I could attack with the Avenger, and it would have Vigilance, so it could block too. Yeah, this is much worse than Avenger here. Scouts Judgment is nothing, though. We're at 16. I think I'm just attacking with both. I don't think I want to Judgment this Aberration. Maybe I do. This is a 2-turn clock shenanigans. Yeah, we could, like, pro-red a ground. Like, counts with Aberration and then pro-red a ground dude and just kill them. Maybe I do just kill this Aberration. What could they have? Goodbye. I think they're just mostly dead. Thinking about getting Sulfur Elemental, I guess that's like a good play, is just like get the damage off the board and try to race. Opponent probably mad that I Sanctum Pearl to them, I guess. I don't know. We got him though. Okay. Carry that. Oh, covered by the Carter logo. It was literal gibberish. It was just like key smash. Who knows? Maybe their hand was forced to get it in 2 brainstorms. That would have been funny. I cannot imagine that deck has True Nemesis in it. They had so many creatures in the Delver deck. Just trying to fill with my data here. Yeah, the Cheatin' also like doesn't do anything at that stage. Delver plus Arcanist deck with no spells. Yeah, like every time they had Arcanist, they had no spells in the graveyard. I guess we did like Prelate them with like a bunch though. But the Arcanist deck with like 20 odd creatures in it. Well, it's gotta be. You gotta be on like 4 Swift Spears, some number of Soulscar Mages, some number of, like say 2 Soulscar Mages, 2 a Storm Chaser Mages. That's like 4, 4, 4, 4 Arcanus. That's like 16 creatures. Arkin with the host, 39 viewers. Thanks so much, Arkin. Welcome, welcome, everybody from Arkin's stream. Hope your stream went well. We're going into round 3 here with some Death and Taxes. Like this 2 prelate configuration. Well, it looked pretty good when we played against Delver, that's for sure. What did we play against round 1? Sneak? Also looked good there. Although, that match was a little silly, so. Prelate is really good at hosing specifically blue-red Delver. But, like, it's much weaker against the other Delver decks. This hand is a little clunky, to say the least. Mom into Port into Mangara with no, like, Caracas or Vile synergies. So we'll try and probably replace Tomic with a slightly better white card. Yeah, Tomic has not been impressing me a whole lot. I think we're going to just ship this. Any hand with, like, not this. Any hand with, like, Vials and Thalia is better, but it looks like we're probably just going to beef it now. Maybe we're playing against Storm. Fingers crossed, the Thalia carries me across the finish line. There's no way this could possibly go wrong, guys. I think I'd reluctantly keep that 6. I kind of hated that 6. Oh no, we're getting Force World, now we're super dead. Stream was great. First again in the trophy race. Playing Sandy Wax in the time of the new droid tanks. Yeah, I haven't played against Karn yet. Wait, how do I get to the trophy leaderboard? I've yet to have a Karn the Great Creator cast against me. Is it this button? Yeah. Oh, nice. Also, this is just like Miracles and we're super dead, but I'll play for a little bit of info here. Just to determine that they're not like Stoneblade or Grixis or something. Please just cast a Mentor or an AK or a True Name or a Stoneforge so I can concede. We're so fucking dead. Is Miracles on Preordain? Usually they play against the Preordains, right? Is Stoneblade. And we just draw the 3rd Caracas for like, or the Caracas for the sick Rubbins. The real question is like Stoneblade on Preordain? Because I don't know if they can afford to fit that. Yeah, the old mulligan sucks. I want the London mulligan back. Let's cast our 3-1 for 3. Go get him, Tiger. Sorry, just updating the spreadsheet real fast there. We're gonna untap my Caracas on the off chance we get back to basics. Could be sneak with main deck Jace. Somehow I doubt it. But the reason we play on okay, they're Miracles. We'll concede. Turns out, when you mull to 4, you don't beat Miracles. Who would have thought? I don't like that opener if I knew I was playing against Miracles, but obviously, you never know. What do I usually cut? Okay. Something like that. Now we're gonna try Cataclysm. Damage Sphere is Sig for Supposed. Yeah, that was the reason I'm playing the Damage Sphere over the 3rd Chalice right now because of all the post decks running around carning people. I wonder why there's so much post these days. Apparently the new Karn is super busted. His hand is like almost actually keepable, I think. But I don't think it is. It's like Vile Prelate 5 lands. Do you think the new Karn's playable Death Attack? I think it's more playable in a shell that looks more like White Eldrazi than Death Attacks is. I don't think Death Attacks is a lot of the tools that can support the new Karn without like a pretty significant overhaul to the archetype. I think that just like looks better when you're playing more soul lands like White Eldrazi would be. This hand's keepable. It's just like, yeah, Bara's a madman. I wish I was as good at deck building as he was. As he is. Deck building is maybe my worst skill as a Magic player. I'm very bad at like building a deck off of like a concept. Like, oh, I don't play new Karn in Death Attacks. What does that look like? I just like, my brain is so bad at that. They didn't shuffle on the Ponder. That's unfortunate. We'll still slam this Chalice though. Please no Force of Will. Alright, step 2. Please no Disenchant. Step 3, I would have liked to find a land, but we play the hand we're dealt. I think I want Sword here. There's a chance I want Batter Skulls. Sword's a lot clunkier when we're Mana Light. If our Stoneforge is more likely to live because we have this Chalice, so they're like less inclined to plow it. Well, glad I found the Stoneforge, I guess. Have your matches against Eldrazi Postman? Haven't played against it in a while. I mean, I played against it twice when I was playing like the Rebels nonsense, but I don't think I've queued into it as Death Texas in a good bit. But in general, I have not felt very great against it, just in history, in pre-Karn history. I don't think I'm porting them because I have this Chalice. I think I'm just casting my only spell. What am I porting denying? Like top deck? Yes, move to discard. Love it. Top deck exactly like Disenchant. Or like, I guess if they top deck a land, they can cast a 3. Ooh. Alright. Solo Zion, there's a deck interested in playing 4 mana colorless spells and Thought Not Serious at one of them. For sure. What numbers is Prelate going on? 2 or 3? 2 turns off Disenchant, 3 turns off Council's Judgment. You could just put it on 1. Just like backup Chalice Endurance. 3 seems okay. Prevents from casting the Sword, but probably not a huge deal. I like vaguely like 3. I don't think I like 6. 1 terminus is already down. They can't set them up very well. 3 turns off our sword, which is obnoxious. I just want a thing on the board. Turning off Council Judgment is big, because they don't have a disenchant yet, and they can't really dig for 1. Yeah, they don't have any 2s to cast. They could also just, like, force this or something, and my decisions no longer matter. Me ho-humming doesn't... Oh, they drew the disenchant. And they moved to discard? I guess maybe they had to have not realized they had 8 cards in hand. Otherwise, they would have just main phase the disenchant for sure. Well, now we'll just put it on 1. No. Wait. I mean, I guess we can force the trade. We can't plow it, but we can just... Like, I think I'm fine with this trade. We just equip, attack, and port, I guess? This is why you don't tank what you name with Prelate when you're 100%. Yeah, I should put it on the stack first, and then tank when it's actually on board. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to force this trade here. We have Cataclysm, so I'm not feeling horrible about my board position. I feel like this trade seems perfectly acceptable. Does this mean that second mentor? I mean, we'll have 2 counters on our GTA, though. Unless they don't block, in which case we need to keep a Sanctum Prelate. If they don't have a force, you can plow this. I cannot. I cannot plow this because I have a Prelate on 1. Well, we still have this Cataclysm in our pocket, so... Feeling pretty decent about this game still. Tundra. Is everyone else missing that we have a Wisp? Oh, like Wisp my own guy and then plow? I don't like that at all. It's like really bad if they have a force. I think I'm just okay with that trade. Like, Signet Prelate isn't like a slam dunk end of the world card, and like Mentor kind of is. Mentor Prelate's certainly annoying for them to deal with, but... what do we do now? They shuffled on the Ponder, which means they're definitely missing land drops, but I don't think I'm in any, like... I'm under any pressure to cast this Cataclysm yet, especially because we can't really develop out from under it. We don't have, like, follow-up lands or an Aether Vial in play or anything. I think I'm just down for Thalia plus Port. Really bad against Plow, which my opponent likely has in hand, though. Like, all my plays are. And then if they, like, Plow and tap Jace me, then maybe we'll cast the Cataclysm. I mean, Wisp hold up port is very similar to Thalia hold up port, right? Yeah, so if they just like land drop Jace me, then we'll fire off this Cataclysm and hope we don't get Force of Willed. Put a port in and put in Thalia second main. Does that has the same effect, right? No, does it port an extra mana? Yeah, I guess that ports 2 mana, right? Another land is nice. Can't really wisp anything still. I wonder if I even play this land. Might just need to start sandbagging for this Cataclysm. Yeah, because then if we're on their turn, I think it would be an extra. You get an extra like mana cost. Yeah. I'm just I'm wondering how much mana that taxes them, right? It taxes them 2 instead of 1, I think. Assuming they do have the plow, which is a pretty fair assumption. I was supposed to have to port If this for some reason gets countered, I'd rather leave a plow up, but probably not a huge deal. I guess this plays around counter plus back to basics, so doesn't really matter. I don't think there's like force of willingness anyway. Sure. Yeah, I don't think I'm playing this land still. Because I'm actively incentivized to like not even get this sword into play because we have this Cataclysm. Jeez, my opponent has fired off Brainstorms in their upkeep for 3 straight turns, and like I'm all for it. My opponent has been like extremely inefficiently using like Brainstorm and then using Ponder to shuffle for like 3 turns. Alright, Jace me. Alright, so the plan is that they don't force a will me, and then we win. Damn it. Alright, now we lose. Jeez, Force Pitch Force, huh? Oh, I was supposed to play the land there. Whoops. Now we don't have the Cataclysm. So what's our plan now? So let's just like try to get this Jace off the board. They only have 3 cards in hand. Back to basic, sure. Doesn't do a whole heck of a lot. Yeah, it's definitely not over. Exaggeration saying we just lose. So we can play either Wisp or Avenger. Wisp can untap our port if that matters. Avenger plus like equip GT is a thing. I think hold is correct, Kaz. So your best way back. I think playing the land is more relevant because Cat is not like a pressing issue. I think if we resolve the Cataclysm, we're like very far ahead regardless of if we like make that immediate land drop. But I think with 2 Cataclysms left in our deck versus like the possibility of hitting more lands. Avenger Equip doesn't really do a lot though, besides like save me some mana. Like it doesn't protect the Avenger from anything, right? I think I might actually like Wisp untapping my port the most, just to give me more access to more mana if I need it. I assume they have Snap Plow. Yeah, I assume they probably have another Plow. Wisp is potentially more valuable there. That's also fair, but Serve Avenger is also more mana efficient, right? Flowghost is like technically a 2 mana play, but like not particularly. What is this? I mean, it clicked. We have 2 GJ counters, so this doesn't matter to me at all. I'm not gonna plow this. We literally can just kill it. I'm surprised they burned their Tundra on a click. Can buy a sword. I'm just gonna kill this right now. Yeah, they're down on cards. They really need to just like be drawing cards with this Jace. They need to be digging for. They only have 2 plows and like a couple like they usually like 3 snaps, right? They have like 2 plows, 2 snaps left. Some number of terminuses. Yeah, burning the Tundra for a click that was very obviously like just literally dead on board. Would have ported them, I think, really? Deny them a mana that turn, lose our port forever. Hey, Stoneforge ain't bad. Alright, well, let's get the removal spell out of the way, right? Can't do anything. Yep, dead. So now it's time to... I think it's time to get Batter Skull. I think we just want a repeatable threat more than we want a sword. Let's play Avenger first. They don't know about the Mystic, so if they have a counter, maybe they want to use it. I probably wasn't supposed to play that land. I keep not actually considering the other Cataclysms in my hand, or in my deck. Alright, so hopefully we don't just get Terminus here. That would be unfortunate. Those tapped and then essentially plays double. Ported away seems good. I don't think so. Just like turning them off of wait for that turn doesn't seem great to me. Opponent is really churning through their deck trying to find something. Currently, we have two creatures that kill this Jace. They only have 3 cards in hand. They bottomed on my Preordain. Stoneforge alone plus sword. Yeah, I think I just want multiple threats to play. The fact that we have a GJ counter left means that both of these bodies can threaten the Jace if need be. Like the Batter Skull's an additional threat for backup. Opponent is just digging. We can even like tackle a Snap Plow because we can plow their Snapcaster Mage out of the way to still clear this Jace. Alright, there's a Plow. So if their last cards are, if one of their last cards is Snapcaster Mage, we're definitely bummed. Oh god, what is this? Stop casting spells, please. Was this Council's Judgment? I mean, I'm not going to gain 2 life here, so... Go for the Stoneforge, sure. Man, I wish I hadn't played that land, but, isn't this like most of their mana producing lands in their deck? They probably have like an island left or something. Keep my planes and my back to basics. All right, I think we're good. Oh no. Win by decking, maybe. They might only have like 2 mana producing lands left in their deck. Maybe 3. Maybe they have enough. Hey, it's a spell. I'm gonna like disenchant my file. At least we have this Plow. That's funny. This turn 15 Vial is so good. Things you don't hear every day. Oh, they got 3 mana producing lands there. But this Crocus produces mana once. Also, we're at like 29 life. This Container Priest is an extremely slow clock. I guess I'm not supposed to kill this yet, but I just want to kill it. Usually hate doing this, but kind of want to bait out like a second priest. Oh. I was about to say, oh wait, they have Karakas. My Thalia is terrible, but no, never mind. This Thalia is perfectly fine against this Karakas. Deal. Got me good, opponent. I was supposed to actually think supposed to cast my Chalice there. I didn't think they were actually going to do it. But I don't really think it matters. I think my opponent's extremely dead. I just need to, like, play for the clock. Yeah, sure. Whatever. They're out of actual plows, I think so? Yeah, I count 4. Just need to get my opponent dead. Just going through the motions. I guess I could have put in the Revoker there, but whatever. I just don't want to put in this Revoker just based on the amount of time it would take to resolve all those clicks. Like clicking through what to name and stuff. They are in fact very dead. They're just waiting for me to kill them. Here we go. Alright, game 3. That was a timely Cataclysm, I would say. Do you like Tomik so far? I think almost every time I've had it so far, it has been marginally worse to, ranging from marginally worse Sarah Avenger to pretty moderately worse Sarah Avenger. This is my list, yeah, more or less. I'm just kind of futzing around with things right now. Apparently we're in Eldrazi post-winter, so, like, I'm playing the Damping Sphere over the 3rd Chalice, playing, like, the 3rd Cataclysm over, like, a Walker or a 2nd Jailer or something. Not boarding in Surgical Extraction. They played a Mentor game 1. Or no, they played a Mentor that game, right? Game 2. First there was Eldrazi Winter, now there's Current Summer. How's the Crypt been? Crypt's been about the medium. It's a graveyard hate card that I don't hate against Storm. Mostly. Solution to post play low. Yeah, that was what I mentioned that at the beginning of the league, that if the meta is shifting towards post, then like the decks that can just wasteland your opponent a bunch are good. Loam, lands, or the decks that like don't care about what post is doing, like Sneak and Show with Blood Moons or Turbo Dips and stuff like that. Anyway, so they'd click. Does that change anything? They'd click Containment Priest. No, I think we're just running this back. Goblin should dunk on post, but I haven't played it yet. Ooh. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Put him into 6, you say? Sometimes I'm like, man, maybe I should cut this Ancient Tomb. And then other times I'm like, man, maybe I shouldn't cut this Ancient Tomb. Say good luck, have fun. So much BM. I'm gonna disenchant my vial in response. Or not my vial, my chalice. But that's what we have the backup chalice for. Wow, nothing, huh? This construction establishes that Magic the Gathering is the most computationally complex real-world game known in literature. Oh yeah, I saw that. I mean, it does make sense, because the article, I didn't actually read the article, but the article is about, like, mechanically, like, teaching a computer to play Magic would be insanely difficult, right? Just because there's so many, like, weird rules and nuances. Not that necessarily Magic's like, oh, Magic's harder than all the other games. It's just, like, obscenely complex from a rules perspective, which is just, like, objectively true. I think we just want a chalice again. Yeah, figured. We could play Stoneforge here. They could, like, back to basics me. They could mentor me. Mentor wouldn't do anything. Wow, that's kind of rude. Not that I really care that much. It's, like, marginally obnoxious. Not quite. We can wisp our tomb, though. Jace time. Jace unsummon wisp. Might have put in skull and then wisp. Oh, yeah, I didn't consider that. That's a pretty good draw. Unfortunately, we don't have any follow-up, right? Oh well. Mentor? So, how do we get punished here? They cast a plow into the chalice to get a monk. And then they untap and, like, Judgment my jailer get their mentor back, and even then we can, like, fight. I'm, like, 90% sure we're just, like, windmill slamming this jailer. Nice, we did it. Now we just have to be, like, extremely wary of Snapcaster Mage. Oh, goodbye, Chalice. I knew thee well. Do we need to be cautious of Snap? Yeah. Click and Priest is cards we've seen as well, yeah. Can I just, like, cast Cataclysm so I can win this game? Not yet. Is that what I should be setting up to do next turn? Is just, like, Cataclysm them? Alternatively, I could equip Jailer and just connect for 6, but I don't really like that when my opponent's not underneath a Chalice anymore. They only have 2 cards in hand, actually. Maybe I do kind of like that. They could have another Plow. Make that look kind of silly. They'd have to fetch Tundra, though, and that gets tapped. Yeah, man. Land. Nice. Love it. I'm gonna play something here. We'll just play Tomic. We just have lethal on board right now, so maybe this was like revoke Jace, maybe? Stoneforge. Yeah, a lot of options there. I just feel like I'm gonna be casting Cataclysm soon, so oh yeah, I do want to encourage Jace, that's true. We just have this Cataclysm. Alright, looks like we are firmly in the driver's seat here. Doesn't shuffle. So, Snap Plow on the Jailer puts him to 5. We play land. We could just cast any assortment of things. We just don't want to lose to a Snapcaster Mage, but we can just deploy 2 creatures after we get Snap Plowed, so let's just attack. Flicker Tomic with Stoneforge. Yeah, something like that is likely my plan here. So I'm considering like forcing this or something. Hoping it's my only card to block, and then they can snap me back their Mentor and then do something. The other play I was considering, which was just like a really cute play that was probably likely very bad, you could like equip the sword to the Tomic. Yeah, here we go. Oh, 4th pitch Jace. Oof, that's rough. Yeah, you're super dead. Yeah. GG's. Anyway, if I like equip the sword to the Tomic and then just attack with the Tomic, don't attack with the Jailer, I have 3 mana left, and you force the Snap Plow, and then you can like Flicker Wisp the Jailer and just eat the Snapcaster Mage. But like that's not a good plan. It was just a very cute plan. It's also pretty bad against Force of Will, but I guess we still have a Jailer back to block. But there's just like no need. We had so many other things that we could be doing. In a world that I don't have like 3 castable creatures in my hand, that's a line. We lost game 1. Oh, yeah, game 1 was the Molt 4. 3-0 time for elves. Do we 3? Oh no, we didn't 3-0 yesterday. We 2-1 into 3-1. Seen elves once. One of every last 4 leagues I've played. God, I hope not. Everyone just all of a sudden talking about elves a bunch. Get out of my chat. I want to deal with that shit. Ugh. Alright, who we play in? Bonds. Sand has turn 2 Tomic, turn 3 Recruiter. We have 2 Wastelands of Port. I don't like this hand. If only I knew we were playing against Turbo Depths or something. This hand just like curb stomps Turbo Depths. But I don't really think I can afford to keep it just based on that. It's like not the worst. We could keep this under the defense of like dirtily mid-range beaters and like multiple wastelands. I don't think this is even close to a sneep. This is a debatable hand at best. 5-landers are a tough sell. I think it's super risky. Yeah, there are definitely some decks that I like don't hate this hand against. Just like, duh, I kind of hate this hand against Delver. This hand loses the wasteland. Anything wasteland is good against. Mostly, yes. I guess I would kind of agree. I don't really like this hand that much more, but all hands that include Tomic are auto moles. Oh, now my opponent's guaranteed to be on Turbo Depths because we shipped it. Oh no! Oh, well. This hand's horrible against this tech already. Really wish my hand had 2 wastelands in it. We finally found the Eldrazi Post Menace. And we mold to our double Mother of Runes hand. Just name like Rashad Port here, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. Granted, no. That 6 would, or that 7 would have been okay at least. We have Wasteland and Port. They probably name Wasteland because we have 2. And we can utilize like Port, hopefully. Well, time to play out our 1/1s for 1. Had to, I guess, just drew the Chalice. It's like no way that turn 1 Spyglass is better than turn 1 Chalice, right? Well, we have no plays, so that's pretty cool. We're very likely extremely dead. Oh, that could be worse for sure. Yeah, that could be a bit better. For sure, we're just gonna like Karned. Rip my sword. Yup. Don't have a jailer in my hand? Because they just don't care about the 3-ball. So they hit a land, they can like can't really lock me out because I'll have a board state, so... Wait, hang on. No, they can only animate a Spyglass and attack me, and that would just trade with the Jailer. So I guess I'm fine with that. Just thinking about if we, like, lose Monarchy. Even if we lose Monarchy, they just, like, get a Trinisphere back, and we can take back Monarchy, hit them and stuff. Jailer Trinisphere is some true 2019 legacy. Yeah, we'll just Palace Jailer their Trinisphere. I don't see what's wrong with this. I think I do probably need to attack this card, though. I guess if they drew land, they could just, like, lattice me. I attack the Karn down to 2, and then they just, like, make their lattice big, and then we lose, right? They just make their lattice, like, 6/6, and we die. Because we hit it for 3. No, it would die, because they'd have to minus. They have to minus the lattice. No, that's not that. Nice! That one resolves. Opponent could, like, find a bridge. Might be what they're playing towards, but the bridge wouldn't save the Karn right now. I haven't actually looked at these, like, Karn deck lists enough to, like, fucking know what they run. Another Karn. That would make sense. Did they just, like, not even plus this one? Isn't it up to? Yeah, they don't have to animate anything. They just gave it an extra loyalty. Animate your chalice to block. Yeah, unfortunately we can't actually get through this other Karn. It's just going to make another 4/4. We need to find, like, a Flicker Wisp. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to attack into this, so I'll pass. We're drawing 2 cards a turn. We can find something. Monolith. Plussing here, really? That cannot be right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They could just, like, minus this Karn, play a Karn, minus that Karn. If I give them City, they can lattice me. No, they can lattice me anyway. They've got Monolith. You can have the City. Oh, no, they can lattice me this turn, right? If they have the City, because they have made a land drop, that's 7. And then we just, like, can't actually attack into a 4/4. I guess we could actually clear the Karn, right, if they minus for lattice. Because it'd be down to 3, we just tag with everything. And this Karn's already been activated. Seven mana. Ugin, that's a pretty good one, I would say. Man, where's my Cataclysm? Cataclysm seems like pretty nutty against this deck. I guess it's not as good against the artifact creatures, because they can, like, keep 2 of them. But I also feel like we are pretty dead here. Feels like it may or may not be concession time. Nice. Alright, yeah, we're done here. It's Kafu Predator Maverick. Oh god. Alright, so this matchup is why we have Damping Sphere and Cataclysm. Is this a Path matchup? I don't think it is. Is it even a Plow matchup? Does anyone have like a deck list for this deck? I have not actually looked at like the 9,000 Planeswalker iterations of Post. They play almost no creatures, yeah. But like they make creatures, right? And do I need to plow any of those out of the way? Are any of them worth plowing out of the way, I guess is my question. Yeah, fuck all. If I'm gonna find shit like that online. Prolon 4 is weirdly good, isn't it? Karns and Dynamo. Does this deck play Dynamo? I don't know what they play. I don't know anything about this deck. Thalia's weirdly good in this matchup because they're very non-creature focused. Mongar good, Cataclysm good. I could like cut all the plows and put in this prelate. I don't know if plow's good at all against this deck. I don't like surgical against the Cloud Post decks that don't rely on Cloud Post. Like 12 Post was the doesn't block Ancient Tombs and shit. This is just a big mana deck. This is a Post deck necessarily. Like you can surgical like Cloud Post and they can still pretty easily hit like land drops. I kind of hate keeping a bunch of my equipment versus like Karn the Great Creator, but it's life. I think usually the plan is just attack it down. My internet. No, my internet looks good. Just waiting for my opponent here. Love to play first. This hand has like the tools we need, i.e. Vial and Cataclysm and Port. But like the rest of this hand is so fucking piss poor. We need to rattle off a couple lands for this hand to be worth anything. But like Turn on Vial, turn 2 Port isn't nothing. It's really bad if we get Spyglassed. It's looking about Port and Violet. Yeah, like Manadile is definitely a good plan against these types of decks. Especially Manadile with the Vial. Sorry. Excuse me. You're mulling just for Wasteland if you mull. Something like that, yeah. Like, our early game isn't exactly going to win us this matchup, but I do like to, like, be on the board somewhat. But I think this hand is keepable. With my luck, my opponent's going to go Ancient Tomb, Spyglass. Maybe we'll just go Cloud Post Pass. You never know. I hate this fucking Batter Skull. Why are you here? Why are you in my opening hand? So it was so nice with the London Mulligan. I just never had to keep a Batter Skull on an opener if I was on less than 7. Monolith. That's pretty horrifying. I'll give him that. I am very skilled at having Batterskull in my opening hands. It's honestly a talent at this point. Now I'm facing a 22/22 Copper Predator. The plot thickens. Man, if they just like fucking Karn me, it's not great. Oh man, Revoker time. Hopefully. Assuming they don't just like cast Ugin here. Oh nice, nothing. Alright, Revoker time, let's go! Off the top. As soon as... yeah, there we go. Alright, so my opponent has 900,000 mana. Is it worth trying to, like, prelate on 4 to stop, like, a thing? Or, I don't think porting is accomplishing a whole lot, right? No, prelate on 4 is bad because we have Cataclysm in this hand, though. But, like, what other number would you put prelate on? We also have Flicker Wisp. We could actually, like, flicker out our prelate, Cataclysm, and then the prelate comes back, and we put it on, like, 2 or something. So that's actually, like, not an issue. I think prelate on 4 is my best bet. Also relies on me, like, ripping a land, but that's life. Put on your PC, so many charms. Wisp, port. We can't Wisp and port. That's just... they can Karn Light you next turn if you don't prelate. Yeah, they can definitely do that. I mean, if we ported, they couldn't, right? Without another, like, soul land. I think I like prelate on 4 specifically because if we rip a land, we're, like, in business. It's also just, like, Ugin the ineffable me, but then we untap and we have, like, the Flicker Wisp available. If we hit a land, we can Cataclysm. They have nothing. They have 5 cards in hand. What on earth? I'm scared. I'm very scared. I'm deeply, deeply concerned, and also this is not a land. Yeah, drawing a land was definitely on my to-do list. I guess I attack? Go get him? Waiting to walk into some, like, colossal flash threat that they're just gonna block my prelate with, and I'm gonna be very sad. I mean, I'm not playing this Vile, because we have this... we're casting this Cataclysm or we're losing this game. Flicker Monolith down to try and get aggro. No, we can't use this Flicker Wisp, otherwise we can't Cataclysm. This Flicker Wisp, or this, yeah, this Flicker Wisp is extremely important for my primary game plan of cast Cataclysm to somehow survive this. They're at 14, yeah, I don't think we could get aggressive enough. If we had them on, like, a 2-turn clock, then maybe, but, like, put them to 9, Violent and Jailer just isn't quite there. Ugh. Alright, cool. Land drop. Makes my Cataclysm better when we draw this land next turn. That is extremely unfortunate. We might just need to flicker our Oh god, if we flicker our Prelate and they just like cast a 4-drop though. That is really bad for me. They just name Aether Vial. And we can't cast Arcata. The jig is indeed up. They are at 12. Which means we could just put in the Flicker Wisp and try to get aggressive. Right? Attack them to 7, hopefully like draw land and then just like Jailer and try to get lethal and just not be on the Cataclysm plan anymore. I think that might be the new plan. I don't think I'm flickering the Prelate. If I flicker the Prelate, then I can cast 4s. If I flicker the Prelate, I can put it on not 4 after, and I can try to cast Cataclysm. But I don't think that's my plan anymore. So flicker this port, doesn't really matter. I think it's the best deck, apparently. Sources say. So my plan is that the Sanctum Prelate is just going to hold down the entire fort, and we're just going to draw the 4th land, cast the Jailer, and have 2-turn lethal. It'll be fine. Sullivan Brophy, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Suppose better than Bomber Member. I don't know anything about fucking Karn decks. I just know they're all the rage. It's the hip new thing to be doing. Karn latticing people. Yeah, name's Aether Vial. Pretty easy name. Yeah, I think the Bomberman is Treasure Cruise Delver Busted is extremely hyperbolic. That's not lethal. That is actually one-off lethal, but I mean... I don't think this port is really going to do a lot for me, so... I think I'm still just casting Stoneforge. I guess if we draw a land, the Stoneforge could still be lethal, right? Because we could just go get Sword. As soon as they just cast Ugin the Spirit Dragon, we'll pick them up. I got nothing. Go wild. Oh, it was hyperbolic. I couldn't figure out what the gibberish was. Yeah, I can see it now. It's phonetically. Don't say that, you can Spirit Dragon. Didn't I say it? Didn't I specifically say I will pick it up to Spirit Dragon? Like never beating that. Oh god. End steps on wait. That's I guess that's fine. Means that we guarantee don't have lethal anymore, but we can turn off the Ancient Tombs. I like this. This isn't a Ballista, right? Be playing a Ballista for more. Ballista would make the most sense, because the mana disappeared. It's not like they're like trying to cast a 4-drop here and not being able to. It feels like Ballista. Are they just like debating like pumping the tombs into it? I think you want the Ballista for at least 3 though, right? To clear the board. probably 4 to clear the board to keep it around. You just go to 3 life. Then if I rip a land, I can jailer it. Okay. Maybe it's just a chat. No, they can't play the chalice either. This would be so much. Yeah, this would be a lot easier if I had a 4th land at any point. This would be significantly easier. Wait, does the Scorpion Whale have hit toughness too? It does, right? Interesting choice of... This has to be Ballista then, right? Otherwise, I feel like you'd always Scorpion Whale the Wisp. Takes off so much damage. What are you doing, kitty? You wanna come over here? No, she's playing with her toy. She doesn't want to be on camera. I guess we'll sit and hang out and wait for us to hopefully not die. As my opponent attempts to figure out casting something. Trying a new coffee today, just brewed it, wish me luck. Don't die. Is it Ballista even good enough? It could be if we don't rip the other land, right? They could play, yeah, Ballista for 4, whereas my board keep a 1/1. And if we don't rip a land here. Land, please, one time. That's not a land. I have to use my Wisp. If I take my Valve to 4, I could actually have Wisped out the Spyglass and found the Jailer. I didn't actually consider that. That might have been worthwhile. I mean, they still get to, they get to wrath most of my board, but at least I get to keep a 2/2 in play. But this is a lot shittier, that's for sure. He's not shooting what he's not shooting because he doesn't need to, right? He knows I have Cataclysm, and if he shoots it and then I draw 4th land, I just get to Cataclysm wrath their board. If they want to cast a 4-drop, they can just untap and then do it. With the Grim Monolith turned off, what are the odds we can just sit on our hands for a little bit and try the Flicker Wisp Palace Jailer play next turn? Just like port like the Cloud Post. We want more cats on the stream, so yourself. Look at that. She just ran out of the room actually. She was playing with her toy, but she dragged it off. I think I might have actually wanted to take a vial up to 4 for the specific out of Flicker Wisp, but I just was not factoring that in at all. But yeah, I think we just have to pass now. I wonder if casting Sword is better than porting. Probably not. I do want to attack their mana because now their monoliths are down and their tombs are taxed. Because they're 3 life. With the Cloud Post. Porting a tomb keeps their mana low. We can't port a tomb, right? Like, porting a tomb doesn't do anything because they can't tap both tombs anyway. So one tomb taps and the other tomb can just tap for mana still. We have to port like a Cloud Post or something. Ooh, Indonesian coffee. Sounds pretty fancy. So, man, I so hope we win this. I don't know what's in my opponent's hand. I'm actually very confused, but... Next turn, I think we're ending with just a Jailer in play, but that does give us the out of finding another land and then Cataclysming them. If this is land, we might as well play Vial. I don't think so, just because of this Cataclysm still. I think this game also still might end with Cataclysm being put on the stack at some point. Pretty surprised watching we're totally live. I guess that would explain the long pauses too, right? I was about to make a comment about that actually. Like both me and my opponent are being like extremely deliberate, or at least waiting around a long time between lines. Wouldn't be surprised if they're also streaming or something. All right, what do you got? Hit me for 3. Not hit me for 3. Alright, so this time we're going to take this vial up, like not a fool. We're going to cast Flicker Wisp. Opponent has access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana though. Target the Spyglass. Flicker out the Spyglass. They ping it, sure. Goodbye, Spyglass. Just ping this off first, sure. I don't know, just pinging it once. It's kind of a weird choice, but okay. Can I attack first? Do I get like a free damage if they don't block? If I vial on the jailer, they'll just ping off the Sanctum Prelate, so I guess I just attack first, maybe they don't block. It's like no way they don't block though, right? I might as well. They're at 3 life. Be very surprised if they didn't. If they don't block, okay. Yeah, they just trade. Alright, we get a jailer. This is like attacking enemies of it. You never know. Free attack, yeah, exactly. Free attack, unlikely to actually do anything. So I want the Spyglass to return first, so I see 1 less card in my hand. Opponent will start next turn with up to 5 mana. Yep. It's the long and short of it. They could also untap their Monolith and start with 6, right? They'd go down to 1, untap the Monolith right now. Or clone a Cloud Post and then untap with 1, 2. No, that'd still be 5 mana, actually. Relic Order is a card. Gets them 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ancient Tombstone. So we can clear a single blocker because we have a Wisp or a Relic Order, assuming the blocker's a... Wait. Do they have a plan? They know I have a Wisp in my hand. They're just dead? Alright! Whew! They just should have not cast the Dynamo, right? Oh, no, they still die because they need to tap this Ancient Tomb. The Dynamo is free, never mind. My mistake. The Dynamo takes them from 5 to 4. Because the Dynamo is net -1 mana, so yeah. Never mind. They still take damage. That wasn't a pun. But anyway, now we have a game of 3. God, that game was a fucking mess. Yeah, I'm fine. Removal's like kind of awkward. I think like Flicker Wisp and Relic Order and Council Jump is probably good enough removal for like the annoying creatures that can sit in your way at times. Just like draw a pile of wastelands or something. As good as it goes. Play more Mangara next time. Yeah, we have yet to even draw the Mangara. No, we drew it once and I like mulliganed it. This hand seems like it sucks a lot. I don't think Port plus a Vial is this good. Also, shout out to the batters on the opening hand. Okay, let's main deck 3 Mangara. Lunacy, I tell you, right? What a weirdo that guy is. This is a keep, really? Port? I can't imagine Port is that good on the draw, right? I think he did not win this matchup with mediocre hands. This matchup is like, oh yeah, if this is a new matchup maybe, but yeah, this is the same matchup. I don't think this hand's winning.
Oh, both the cats are actually in here now.
They're terrorizing all the cardboard. Yeah, fuck this hand anyway. Yeah! Why? We're probably dead now. One day the London Mulligan will come back to me. Stop having the fucking batter skull in my 6s. Well, we're gonna hope my opponent's hand has a lot of Grim Monoliths. And then we'll be fine. Just play Brightling. This one is like the exact opposite of where I would want to be playing Brightling right now. Like, none of the top decks are decks I want Brightling against, except for, like, Miracles, I guess. I was just double-clicking, but it clicked on a foil Chandra. I mean, not the worst card for it to double-click on, for sure. My cat has now trapped herself inside of a cardboard box. The other cat's about to. God, these cats are idiots. Hang on. Let me grab this camera.
Is she out? Oh no, I think she's climbing out.
Maybe not. Help her. Hang on. Let's check it out over here. So there's an extremely long cardboard box here. And she's climbed into the one end, but the other end is like sealed off enough that she actually can't get out. And so she has to like back up through that whole cardboard box, and she apparently can't do it very well. Well, but at least this hand is pretty good against Spyglass. Oh, she got out. She's good.
Hey, come over here. Come on. Come on, kitty. Come on. Yeah. Come up to the stream. Whoa. Whoa.
Damn, my opponent's a psychic. We got. There's a chance. There's there may be openings about like Flicker Westing the Spyglass and using the Wasteland to move new room to cardboard. Yeah, we moved. We bought a house last month. Stream sniping. Yeah, we got future sniped. Outplayed indeed. Hey, at least we get to name this monolith here. I think I do need to name monolith rather than like a walker, right? They have so many walkers, it's going to be very hard to blind name one. I think I just need to attack the mana instead. And if they like play a walker here, we can always wisp the Revoker onto that walker later. That's a lot of mana. That's a lot of mana. I'm scared. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana? That is certainly a lot, and only moderately horrifying. What if I play Mangara here? Probably better than... I mean, Revoker on Thrain Dynamo is, like, just better than Revoker on Monolith, right? Because Monolith is just a Thrain Dynamo you only use once. Play Mangara, hope to not be dead, and then draw Caracas. It's a good plan. Or even Mangara can, like, take care of the first walker, at least, if it's not, like, Ugin. If we get Ugin the Spirit Dragon, we can... Yeah, the other play is flicker the Revoker, turn off the Dynamo, and at least make their little Monolith into, like, a weird Lotus Petal-y thing. But also, if we draw a 4th land, then, like, this Wasteland could be relevant. We, like, Flicker Wisp, Spyglass, and Wasteland them, but honestly, it's probably not relevant even then. Weird Lotus Petal. Excuse me, it's called Black Lotus. It's like a Black Lotus, but you can untap it. But only has 3 cards in hand, so, like, maybe we can somehow run them out of resources or something. Finally meets the deck house jamming, yeah. Hasn't felt horrible. It's been weird. Karn is definitely a beating. One-sided Stony Silence is really rude against the Aether Milestone Forge deck. They don't really have a lot of mana. Definitely interested in playing against this deck more and, like, tweaking. Finding, like, what cards are good against this deck, how best to attack it. I was looking at shit like Weathered Wayfarer, and Blaststone's kind of horrifying. I guess it's not, actually. Hitting 2s doesn't do anything, and hitting 3s doesn't do anything yet. But anyway, I was like, Weathered Wayfarer and Hikori. I was looking at those cards to try to fight these matchups. Could play the Ghost Quarter as the flex land. What we got here? It's a lot of mana. Don't Ballista me. It's a new gun, it's pretty good. But now we can kill the Ugin, right? We can just attack it. It's a lot of monoliths. So we could kill the... They have 1 card in hand, right? If we kill the Ugin, do we want to Wisp the Spyglass and Wasteland the Cloud Post? Then it gives them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Which is still a lot. Cast most of their spells. Man, we're gonna get wrecked when their last card is that Warping Whale. Wasteland the Blast Zone is not nothing, but I don't really think it's something either. Blast Zone's not incredibly relevant right now. Like he could take it up to 3. Yeah, Mangara killed an Ugin and gained my opponent 2 life. Pretty good deal. I almost think my opponent was better off plussing it and then like forcing me to use the Mangara on it, and like I couldn't kill an Ugin. I guess I could have just whisked my Revoker onto the Ugin though. Second Blast Zone, huh? Cat is chewing some more cardboard. So let's bash. Problem is that like playing on these Blast Zones is actually extremely obnoxious. Because like I guess I could just play the Avenger, force them to pop on 2s, and just kills like the Spyglass and the Monoliths, but then they have the other blast zone that they can put on 3s, and then clear the Sword and the Wisp. This is attack. Yeah, my plan is beat down, force the Blast Zone to crack, kills all the Monoliths and the Spyglass anyway. Spyglass turns on our Sword. Don't need to add to the board. Also a reasonably viable option. Wisp does not, or Avenger doesn't increase the clock. Try to force him to crack a blast zone here. Maybe we just keep going. These blast zones are certainly obnoxious here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana now. Pump up the blast zone. Putting 2 counters on the blast zone, interesting. Do I port just the blast zone on 3? Just force them to pop it? Or the blast zone on 2? Port either of them. You can port a blast zone on a key depending on what number they're on. Yeah, that's now what I have to think about. I think I'd rather port the one on 3. They might not have the mana to pop the one on 2, and then I can just like 6 them with this Revoker if we draw a land, right? And then they have to force that then forces the pop on 2. Or blast on 2, really? What does that do? What do you want, cat? Hey, don't jump up there. No. Get down from that. Port on 2? Everyone says 2. I guess that leads me to be able to cast the Avenger next turn. Get behind that. Oh yeah, no, I can't even do that, the thing that I said, because they have the sort of Spyglass on my sword anyway. Never mind. Yeah, my play was really bad. Chat's right, I'm wrong. What are they trying to do tapping the other blast zone? Don't they need 3 mana? Yeah, so you like need to tap this Dynamo or take 2 damage. Take 2 damage seems like really bad. Sure. Oh, they popped the one on 3 using the one on 2. Interesting. So now we can't deploy the Avenger. Because they can Wrath us still. We can deploy the Sword, force them to pop the Blast Zone, and then we have Avenger for lethal next turn, or in like 2 turns or whatever. Now we just play the Sword, port the Blast Zone on 2, force the pop. And then the Sarah Avenger's lethal. They definitely get a couple of draws, but not a lot. Wait, they just let it tap? I guess they're not dead. They don't need to pop it yet. We draw Flicker Wisp, though, if they are dead. Flicker Wisp or Relic Warder kills them now. Assuming they can't, like, put a blocker into play. Do they know I have the Sarah Avenger? I think they do, right? They do, yeah. That would certainly make sense. Yeah, Council Judgment also lethal. It's like one. No. Opponent did not draw enough action, apparently. That was a game, certainly. What's this deck called? Didn't it have some like silly name on Goldfish, like 15 post walker or whatever? Planeswalker 15 post or some silly thing. Whew. That was a struggle. Alright, final boss time. Roger turned off 2 models and it didn't matter at all because it just had no cards in hand. Yeah. Five incoming. Hopefully, we'll find out. At least we got enough finally put him on guard to play. Don't queue into Eric. We just like queue into like Turbo Depths or something. Just queue into a Turbo Depths player who has decided that their plan for the league is to just dodge death and taxes, and they just have like no hate. Fuck! Honda, why? Honda, this is your fault. Hondo, you're banned. Alright, am I ever winning? Eric just kept a 7. Are we just like ever winning? I guess I could like mulligan for a hand that does anything, but like, Jesus. God damn it, Hondo. There's like never, ever winning game 1. Especially if we lost the die roll. It could be on Vant. I think this hand's keepable just on the off chance that we're just like we can't mulligan into a hand that beats Reanimator that kept a 7 on the play. So I think I'm just like keeping this on the merit of it like being an okay hand in the like blind. That looks like we're dying. Therapy me, huh? Game's Force of Will. Wow, Landon doesn't know anything about me. No respect. I guess maybe his hand just already beats Death and Taxes, so it's like maybe he's just gotta make sure. You never know. It's like an F6. He already knows everything. Just brick on a mana source in 14 cards, and then don't find any creatures. So we apply the Critical Brand, everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Not a great start. We'll just draw Caracas. It's a Tide Spout. Feel like we might be dead. Yeah, the issue is that like Death and Taxes can't like mulligan to beat Reanimator, right? Like what like Demonic Tutor my 6-card hand and like what's beating Red Black Reanimator on the draw when they kept 7 cards, right? Like Caracas, 3 Plows, Athalia, and like I don't think mulliganing versus like assuming my opponent's on red black is like worthwhile in game 1 at all. I don't think it's a combo against Tide Spout. Alright, yeah. Also I'm conceding.
you stop being super loud? Huh? Can you stop?
No, they can't stop. Anyway. I'm gonna mute my mic for a second while they do that. Sift through that garbage. Alright, there we go. Got them to stop. At least for now. Anyway, board and 11 cards, cut. Bad cards. Bad cards. Bad cards. Bad cards. Bad cards. And I guess this is it. And then hope to God we somehow win games 2 and 3 off of finding a bunch of hate. They're finally in cardboard box heaven. Yeah, they've been loving it. Hopefully we're going to be done with these cardboard boxes within the next couple of days, though. This hand feels pretty unkeepable. This hand feels pretty unkeepable.
Together.
Well, this is a hand that exists. Am I supposed to top this because it's a land that can cast like this Revoker, or bottom it because it's like not a white source or like another graveyard hate spell or something? I think I'm supposed to bottom it, but like port isn't the worst here. I think it's top worthy, but like not by a huge amount. Still just like dead, but to discard plus reanimate, but these hands are always hard to beat. Hey, cat, get down from there. Get. Surgical can't lose. Yeah, if only I was playing a second Torment script. Then this hand would actually do something. Just go for it. I have nothing. I don't have it. I'm planning on turn 2 Rest in Peacing land, and don't worry. Just fucking go for it. Just land, Dark Writ, Entomb, Exhume. I don't have anything. Alright, I like this. So you're saying there's a chance. Wow, nothing. If he doesn't care about wasting, that means we're screwed. I think we're okay so far. Am I supposed to revoke her Petal? Am I supposed to port? Or am I supposed to revoke her Grizzlebrand? Revokering Petal and porting do the same thing, but getting the Revoker in play protects it from like Thought Seizes, but like also puts it on like a probably suboptimal card. But I also like attacking the mana. Like if I revoke the Petal and then I can like just snipe this bad lands. Petal seems like a big. Petal seems just like they're playing on Thalia, right? I cast a Thalia next turn. I can still just put it on Grizzlebrand. I could also just like not cast it, right? I could just like tick up this vial. I can just port them, take them down on mana. I guess my concern is kind of like if I do that plan and I like port them, then they can just Entomb and then untap and they can cast Exhume and I can't like surgical that. But Elvish Norn's definitely beatable. They know you have Wasteland, yet didn't care to eat a basic, yeah. Which I guess means that there are more lands in hand. Yeah, I think I'm gonna port. So the second that like thought sees me of any sort, I need to surgical this Elvish Norn. Entomb, sure. So this is my concern, is that this is going to be Entomb Exhume, but we can, like, Elvish Norn is definitely beatable. It's a pretty slow clock, all things considered. Oh, it's just animated. Alright, we can definitely beat that. So their hand is Wear Tear Reanimate, huh? So they can make an Elvish Norn, which is definitely a little bit concerning. Let's screenshot this deck real fast. They just brought in one Wear Tear. Wow, the Mize. But anyway. So their hand is Reanimate Wear Tear. Also, if we draw a land, we can just prevent the Reanimate for now. That's not an answer to the Elvish Norn or anything, but... Gonna kill the Vial, really. Interesting. Wonder if I need to just make this Revoker right now. Just name Lotus Petal, there's nothing else to name. I think I want a thing in play. And this Revoker's not doing a whole lot else. Yeah, if we draw a land, then we get to get him. Hey, it's not a land, but I'll take it. Now he gets to see the Tormod's Cryptek, though, for however much that's worth. Assume the Reanimate just did force the crack on the Tormod's Crypt. Yep. I guess I can fire off this Wasteland, because, like, it doesn't help us cast any of these guys anyway. They have no green cards in the deck besides the Archetype of Endurance. So just hit the Badlands. Not exactly the most useful cards here. Honestly, don't think it matters which thing I port. What threats does he have left? Chancellor, Archetype, and Grave Titan. That's it. So we want to play this. We could just play the Prelate, right? Mana base has not been kind to us today. That's true. Prelate gets punished by Entomb into make a Grave Titan. Mongar is the safest play because it just like sure kills anything. Except for Archetype. I can't beat. I mean, I can't like beat Archetype. A little short on white supposed to give out any white cards we have. We have like 15 or something. I usually err on playing a lot of white sources. They only have one card in hand, so yeah, I think we're just probably not winning. Now they need to have Unmask in order to Shit talking about how that my signature is slow rolling. I do play very slowly because I usually like to like talk out my lines on stream a lot. So I wouldn't be surprised if some random person was like, "Oh, this guy plays slowly," because I do. I play slowly a lot. I think he punted this game. I sure you never slow roll. I appreciate it, Arkin. It's me, I'm just starting up trouble. Probably win if instead of Killer Vile, go for Elishnorn. Yeah, not necessarily like probably win. Like I think there's a better chance of winning if making Elishnorn, but that's like 6 turns from winning. The way our drop handout, it probably ends up like that, but there's easily like how many hits do we have where we can just beat an Elishnorn? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it's like 10-ish. That we can find over like 6 turns as the Elishnorn slowly kills us. But it's definitely like a reasonable option for the Wear Tear. I was kind of surprised they went for the Wear Tear on the Vial, honestly. But I don't think the Wear Tear is like very close to guaranteed killing me, but I have a lot of options to beat an Elishnorn. Oh yeah, Caracas, even more. Alright, well, hopefully we just draw, like, the Nutter Butters to win this, because beating Landon on the draw as Death and Taxes versus Red-Black is not exactly the easiest task. I would not consider this the Nutter Butters. Alright, well, I guess we're just, going low. Low and slow. We have like Surgical and Crypt to mulligan into, so we won't get turn 1, which is not a great assumption. Alright. On that. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. Don't do it. Don't do it. Alright, nope, don't kill me. Don't Lotus Petal. Just pass the turn. Pass the turn. Pass the turn, Landon. No! No. No, don't do me like this. Pass the turn, I said. Pass it. Nah, we're fucked. Yeah, we tried our best. No, we don't have the Surgical. If only this Tormod Script was a Surgical Extraction, then we would actually just win this game. That sucks. Oh well. He doesn't want to pass. Apparently not. How rude. The old Grizzlebrand plus Archetype turn 1. Pretty solid. Pretty good, I would say. Oh well, we tried. Oh, I mean, got unmasked just to make sure. Ripperino. I just want to draw the I'm gonna see if my top card is Caracas so I can cry even more. Let's see how we can beat them with turn 1 times 2 council. Easy. Just council judgment twice. What could go wrong? Oh, not a Caracas. Unlucky, you know? Don't always get there. It is very finicky, like the graveyard hate that you want, because those game 3s are the hardest. Game 2 is generally a lot easier on you, without Tormod's Crypt is somehow too slow. I mean, I did make the the intentional decision to swap like a surgical for Tormod's Crypt at some point when I was just like toying with different graveyard hate, and definitely burned us real bad there. But there have definitely been a lot of times where like this Tormod's Crypt has been like leaps and bounds better than a surgical. So I told you not to queue into him. I didn't even know he was playing. It's completely your fault, Hondo. Go find red-black reanimator, wherever the hell it is on this list. Lost game 1, as always. Won game 2, lost game 3. Demons winning tonight over Ewoks in today. Beneath the droids. What do droids do against red-black? Do they just like sideboard 4 Leyline of the Void or whatever? Call it a day. But anyway, let's wrap up here and find someone to host as well. So anyway, we got bodied by wow, this is a shit ton of, oh no, this is legacy streamers. Where's Landon? Why isn't Landon showing up? Everyone is saying he's streaming, right? Does Landon just not have legacy in his title? I always use MTG streams, which doesn't really show people they don't have legacy in their title all the time. But anyway, Leyland's killed him effectively with Old Mole. Yeah, fair. I'll go host Landon though. Just gotta go manually find him instead of just checking MTG streams. Anyway, got it pulled up. Thanks everybody for watching today. Hope you had a good time. We had some good matches in there, and then we got demolished, but you know, that's also life. As always, if you want to support the channel, you can always follow, subscribe, donate. Tomorrow we are doing a donation deck list from Hondo. We're playing Ant, so you need to watch me trip over myself in that mess. So that'll be fun. Other than that, subscriptions get you a sweet dolly emote, follows are totally free, whatever. I'm totally losing my train of thought. It's like midnight, and I'm on like 4 hours of sleep from yesterday, so I'm just gonna host Landon. Later, everybody. Catch you guys all tomorrow.